Previously on Sailing Miss Lone Star, you watched me study day after day for my 100-ton captain's license. So hopefully I studied enough last night. I'm super nervous and feeling guilty. Every time I go to sleep or I take a phone call, I feel so guilty. You join Stefan back at the boatyard as he tries to make some very interesting electrical repairs. We get a little excited when we install our new anchor, but it still turned out incredible. You also watch him as he struggles to take off our extremely stubborn cleats.
What do? Drill it out? Pry it out? Rip it out? Oh my god.
This week on Sailing Miss Lone Star, you'll join us back at the boatyard. Stefan gets a little break, and I come back and try to install this beautiful light from Weems & Plath. But the most exciting news of all, Little Miss makes it back into the water. Follow along on this episode and count how many projects I do on the boat this week. Comment below and earn a chance to win the Holiday Costa Rica raffle as seen on the Club 500 Patreon site.
So I started making this little video on the GoPro the other day. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's the morning of the boys trip. I don't know if it's going to be a raucous one, if it's going to be just fun and chill. I don't know, but I'm going to bring this camera and I'm going to try and capture the moments.
Welcome back to Buzzards Bay. I'm back from the Annapolis School of Seamanship and ready to get my hands dirty. If you haven't checked out the monthly raffles on Patreon, check the link below for your chance to win some pretty amazing prizes. What's really exciting today, you guys, is that I'm going to be installing a new light fixture that Greg Guthman bought me for my birthday. He's a patron, and he was at the boat show, and I'm so excited to put this thing in. Isn't this cool? So this is gimbaled, and it'll wire in. It's a Weems & Plath. Very stoked. So that's going to be our next project after I'm done putting all this stuff away. We're also buttoning up a couple other projects up top, like we're going to strap down the life raft. I'm going to put up the clothing hammocks that Mom and I made, and electrical. All right, let's do this. One of the biggest challenges of living on the boat is trying to get your things to stay in place. So I discovered these non-skid pads that I decided to install pretty much all over the boat. These non-skid pads have been a huge help in keeping everything in place, from our silverware to the rug beneath our feet. Kind of cool. Whoa, I'm just spilled coffee into my drawer. Yeah. You guys, you're gonna love how jingly we're gonna be. For all of you that are watching, and for my very, very favorite friends that were in my captain's course with me, what length of boat must you ring a bell in limited visibility, and how often? And go in the comments below. We're gonna hang this outside so people know we're coming. We were gifted this ship's clock at the speech in Annapolis for my birthday, and it is a little bit tarnished. So what we're gonna do is use some Tabasco. So the acid in Tabasco will actually take the tarnish off of brass. You can already see, if you look at this, like look at how it's taking that off right now. So we're just gonna, sorry Stefan about your Tabasco. It's going to a good cause. Wow.
Touchdown in Charlotte. It starts. Live your life, man.
Next, I decide to tackle the electrical on the boat, which isn't my strong point. I thought I would be able to wire this beautiful new light, but unfortunately it's from Italy, so the brown and white wires that I thought were positive and negative for 12 volt were actually positive and negative for AC, which made for some fireworks. Get in your home. Oh my God. What?
Did that just short out?
I think so. We're maximizing our storage and we're doing some inventory. So we just went provisioning, but we didn't do quite enough. When we get going, we're going to be on the boat probably for 2 weeks without getting off because we do not have a dinghy. So that's just the reality of it. So I'm just trying to make sure that we have everything that we need so we're not starving. But I've got a lot of canned soup and stuff, so that will be good. And then we're going to do some fresh provisions, but it's important that we have everything organized because when you're tired and you're sailing, you don't want to be like searching for a cup or a bowl or a thing of soup. You just end up grabbing like the closest thing to you. So we're going to make everything as easy as possible for ourselves. So I'm just kind of taking a little inventory of what we have and then making a list. And like I said earlier, the most important thing I think is to make a list and have it accessible because you start buying like things redundantly when you don't have a list of what's on board. So I think there's probably an app on the phone that helps like housewives inventory their cupboards. So we'll see if we can find something like that we can use for the boat. That is the plan in my head anyway. Stowing is one of my biggest pet peeves. For all the sailing I've done, there's nothing worse than leaning over and realizing that you packed everything so poorly it's now on the floor. So we go through every cabinet and every shelf and we make sure everything is in its place. Okay, you guys remember when we first got the boat and I came in and I pulled the upholstery back and I was like, and we got some little friends here. They were mud daubers, those hornets that build the mud hornet's nest. Well, I missed some. Some of them have been sailing with us for quite some time now. Can you see them? There they are. So I'm gonna get a little bit of pleasure out of this. Oh my gosh, they're so in there. Yeah, there's one. Okay. Oh, and there's the other one, came out in one big swoop. So how much more mud do you think we're carrying in this little boat? I think probably more than I think. So there we go. Say goodbye to my little friends.
T-E-R. Geeter.
Hold on, G. Oh, I got you.
No, Jeter.
I got you. Puck Heater. No.
Yes!
Puck Heater.
Yes! Yes!
Perfect. Potgieter. Yes.
Potgieter.
That took you about 3 hours to say his last name. Can you imagine saying...
Wait, is that all I learned? I thought I learned the Constitution. Oh my God, all I learned is his last name?
Buffelsfontein,
Busselfontein
Bart Olie.
bought woolly. Busselfontein bought woolly. I doubt anybody in the world want to look at this, but I said it right.
No, he
Who are you gonna
didn't!
believe, her or me? I've been studying Afrikaans for like 30 minutes. I usually get that part right. Bullet!
Yes!
That's it! Oh, so it's like the end of robot, but you put a P in front of it.
Yes!
Bullet!
Yes!
Okay, why don't you just say, oh, it's like the end of robot, but it starts with a P. Every freaking American, not just me, can get it. Bullet. I got it whacked. Okay, now it ain't better.
It's been a long, fun, and interesting road fixing up Little Miss and getting her ready to sail again. We've added everything from a bow roller to a new anchor, brand new electrical, and this sweet new paint job that's really made her my own. Let's get this little pink girl back in the water and see how far we can take her. She's going! For all of you sailors out there that have ever had a boat moved in and out of the water, this is one of the most nerve-wracking things we could possibly watch. You feel like those straps are just going to snap and all of your hard work is going to be in pieces on the concrete right in front of the slip. It is absolutely freezing here in the Northeast. We lit candles and lanterns trying to warm up Little Boat as much as we possibly could. It is so cold. 40 degrees, that's 4.4 Celsius for all of you in Europe. It's freezing. I make a sort of makeshift lazy jack from the back stanchions with a shackle and a new piece of line. This, I think, has been my best improvement so far. That'll do for now, donkey, that'll do. Alright, so that's our boom topping lift. Come on, you sucker. That's not a bowline. But I need an extra set of hands, so that's our bowline for now. This is a solar shower. So you hang this here, and the sun warms it up, and then you shower. That's how a shower works. So hopefully this works. The tubing on it looks a little bit messed up. 8 gallons. That's kind of cool. Oh, they also put it right here. It'll look super fancy. I need a little more hose pipe. With brand new electrical from bow to stern, new sails from Far East Sails, brand new rigging last season, this boat is ready for some big treks, and I'm really excited what's on the horizon. I've learned so much sailing over this last few years about what different boats are capable of, and I'm really excited to see what we can put her through and the new places on this earth we can find with her.
Sai horse.
Ek kan seker en ek het lekker serie so.
Ja, hy sê. Hallo.
You see this funny?
So recently we have increased the amount of fuel and water that we carry on the boat. So as she stands now, she carries 54 gallons of water, 20 gallons of fuel below deck, 3 5-gallon jerry cans, and a 6-gallon red can that she's drinking out of right now. So I think that's going to keep the Johnson happy for quite a while. Okay, so we're gonna not tape these until we get out and sail because we're probably gonna have to tune the rigging a little. So everyone's gonna need to be careful. I'll get ya. So the fuel is not getting to the outboard engine. And as you guys know, we replumbed the inboard tank for the inboard engine to the outboard engine. So I'm hoping that it's just the bulb. If it's not the bulb, which I just went and bought, then it's gonna be some air coming in through the fuel line somewhere. So I'm gonna have to kind of root around. But for now, we're gonna go change this aft and then hope for the best. Get my hand work out. All right, let's do this. It makes me really sad to cut this tape now that I just bought it from West Marine and realize it's $20 a roll. Very sad. It's crazy how many things you realize that you didn't get done once you get the boat back into the water and ready to sail. Things like the gas line. So I decided to take the inboard gas tank and pipe it to the outboard motor, which was one of the most favorite improvements I had made on the boat so far. But the problem is that the pump on the outboard motor isn't strong enough to pull the fuel from down below the deck. So there's going to need to be a few more adjustments. All right, so you can see the arrow here coming from the fuel tank going to the outboard. So you never want to over tighten these things, I'm told. So I'm looking for fuel coming into my water fuel separator down here. But what I'm going to do right now is just check for a kink in the hose. This looks clear. That looks good. Okay, so as you pump down there, I don't hear any air, but I also don't hear any fuel moving. So what I'm thinking is that we just need to pump a lot more or add fuel to the fuel filter, but then there's gonna be air. I don't know. I might need to phone a friend on this one.
Hi you guys, so I'm off the boat and I'm in Asheville. And we are starting on the first beer. As you guys know, I'm a lightweight on beer. You see me fall over the boat in Africa, Europe, Tanzania. We're at Brumari Brewery, and this is the first one. And I cannot tell you how this night's gonna end. Maybe we need an Uber.
Let's try it. Cheers.
So what we see here is a specimen hardly ever seen in my life on the boat. This is a green egg. Get a shot of the brisket. That, my friends, is a moistuary.
Stjepan's gonna have the Delos whiskey. It's like 9 a.m.
No, don't worry.
It's 9 a.m. somewhere, it doesn't matter.
It's not awful.
Okay.
It tastes more like rum.
Right, it's good.
Whiskey.
Come on.
It's brilliant.
How about I just like touch it to my lips?
Just lick it.
Just smell the taste.
Did you taste it?
No, I don't need to.
See, it even has like the particulate, so you know it's real.
Purchased Marilyn Manson tickets. She's so dumb.
Dude, but last night